Hello. Hello, everyone. I know it's kind of late. I wanted to stream. I found this game like 15 minutes ago, and I decided to stream it today. I can read out the synopsis before we start playing, because this game is really short. It's only like 30 minutes long, I think. I don't know how many endings to it there are, but yeah, it's a really short story.
I'm back.
What's up? We're gonna start soon. I'm gonna read out the synopsis. All right, where is it? Reading off the itch page. Oh, I guess I'll like send a link if you guys want to play. It's free to play. Play the game here.
Read it.
Support indie developers.
No, don't give them a
No support. Shut up. Okay, so this is the synopsis. Seeing strange things come at a price. A woman arrives with a mysterious letter in hand addressed to her grandfather. Etched in crimson is a foreboding message, a warning, a promise made from a time forgotten. Private investigator Hugo Lorne and his assistants must solve this bizarre case before an old family's curse befalls them all. That's the whole synopsis. It looks pretty good. Oh, there's 4 endings plus 1 ending epilogue. Okay.
Epilogue.
I might have been wrong about it being 30 minutes, but it's fine. I don't know. It says 1 hour. I don't know. But I read fast, so. All right, let's start.
Balls.
I'm excited. Start.
My balls are excited.
Shut, bro. Work of fiction. Viewer discretion is advised. Guys, it's gonna be so scary.
I'm gonna die, chat.
Jump scare. I'm sorry, but I can't stay here anymore, Nina. feel like I'm going crazy. Calm down. If we can just talk it out. So many strange things keep happening one after another. Every day there is this damn dripping sound. I thought it was just something leaking at first, but I checked every faucet, every ceiling, everything, and still, I still hear it everywhere, constantly echoing in my ears. Please, listen to me. Oh, but the water, that damn water. Water? Yes, it's everywhere. Pools of it are all over the house, and every time I try to mop it all up, another will appear. There's no end to it. Ah, but it's at night. It's at night when it comes. What? What are you talking about? I hear someone or something walking along the hallways at night. Maybe it's just my grandfather. No, Nina, it's not him. I thought it was, but it's not. But I've seen it. That thing. Huh? I only glimpsed at it once, but I'm more than certain that thing was not your grandfather.
It was Diddy.
Bro. I'm actually trying to make it scary, bro. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Alright, I'm kicking you out, bro. I'm kicking you out. This guy. Ever since that night, I would lock my door and pray he would walk past my room. I don't know what's going on, but I swear it just keeps walking. Always walking on pools of water. Sometimes I hear them randomly. Their steps are erratic and faint, but I can still hear them. Just this steady pace up and down the halls. But I think recently, it's no longer like that. What do you mean? Every morning, I follow to see where the wet footprints lead. It walks towards something, more clearly than before. It would walk down the halls, climb the stairs, and turn corners. All of it, I'd follow. Eventually, the trail would come to a stop. And it would all stop right by your grandfather's room. His room? If this is some sick joke to scare me away, then please stop. It's not a joke, Nina. I meant when I said that there is something wicked going on in his house. Oh, in this house, oops. That can't be true. I know this is a lot, but you have to believe me. I can't stay here any longer. I'm sorry, Nina. ... It's okay. I understand. Thank you for taking care of my grandfather up until now. And I'm sorry for all the stress I've caused you. I'll be sure to pay you right away as soon as I... Nina, listen to me. I don't know what's happening around here, but... The woman on the phone cautiously looks around, turning her head constantly back and forth, looking over her shoulder to find, if any, others listening in. She grips the phone so close to her and she grips the phone so close to your ear in a vice-like grip before speaking again in a hushed tone. Something terrible is lurking in this house. I don't know what it is, but please, as soon as you get back, take your grandfather and just leave this place. Leave? I can't just leave everything behind. We have nowhere else to go. Please, Nina, this place is not safe. The rumors, they're true. The curse is real. My family is not cursed. But Nina, at this rate, you and your family will... Enough. A pause. Cold and sharp tenseness strains the call as both women, exhausted and stressed beyond their comfort, try to stifle their growing frustrations toward one another. Neither are yielding to the other's thoughts, only leaving anger and hurt to fester through the silence. After what feels like a suffocating stillness, Nina finally sighs heavily and responds bluntly to the caretaker. Look, I don't know what you heard or saw, but I can't just leave things like this. Whoever or whatever they are, they will answer to me. I won't let them have their way. I don't have time wasting my energy on this stupid curse. So if you can't help me, then so be it. I'll find a way. Nina. My grandfather's all I have left. He's all I have left. Oh shit. ... Diner, 7 a.m. Amid a foggy morning, there sits a man by the corner of a booth. He drinks black coffee and, depending on his mood, occasionally orders a donut. And today, it was just black coffee. Oh, it's our guy. I swear, I've never seen that amount of paperwork in my life. A freaking mountain worth of it. You're a valuable member of our team, Hugo. My foot. I'm starting to believe that I was bamboozled into joining their agency. Hugo Lauren, age 30, takes a good look at his cup of joe and chugs it all in one sitting. He then continues to grumble to himself about last night's grueling work at the office. I really need to find a different job. As he contemplates his poor life choices, he looks out towards the early mist. There was something inherently terrifying about the fog to him, how it engulfs everything and nothing. Even if it disappears, it always leaves behind traces. Proof of it remaining. Even in a quaint little town like this, I can't even run I can't even run from my fate, I guess. Hugo finally stares at the compiled newspaper clippings he put together. Some of them from recent events, but mainly all were past headlines of missing person cases. No matter how many times I see this, it's still just as hard to look at. Fixating case after case, he can't help but remind himself that there's a reason for all of this. An all too personal reason. Personal. Seeing strange things comes with a price. In the end, I'm the one doing this to myself. Sounds rough. Mind if I join, Kuya? Kuya. An annoyingly familiar voice interrupts his train of thought.
Oi, Philippines.
Oi, Philippines! Philippines! Interrupts his train of thought. He slowly looks up to see the one responsible, although reluctantly. Oh, he's Filipino! Philippines!
Yo.
Philippines!
Yo.
Oi! Good morning, Hugo. Good morning, Hugo. Hugo scowls and turns... Oh my gosh, I can't read. Hugo scowls and turns away from him. He then gathers the files and shoves it back into the binder. Meanwhile, the tall man takes his as an initiative and sits at the opposite end of the booth.
This is inaccurate, bro. This is unrealistic. This actually freaking...
He greets the waitress passing by and orders himself the hefty body breakfast special with an extra plate. Extra plate of what? Oh, to like share with him. As usual, the waitress is happy to oblige and goes back to the counter to relay his order. I think I clicked twice by accident. The man then looks back at Hugo. He sees the empty cup and the now jumbled newspaper clippings, all the while Hugo is trying to ignore him. You really should eat something with that black coffee. Not ordering any donuts today? I'm fine, Noah. I'm just not in the mood, okay? Not even a little?
Should I voice act Noah?
You want to voice act Noah? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, sure. Oh, there's a momentary silence between them before Noah disturbs it once more.
Well, too bad for you. I ordered big breakfast for the two of us.
Two?
All right.
That was good. That was
Oh my
good.
freaking
Bro,
goodness.
it's like the ketchup looks like a rose. As if the world could grace Noah with an even more perfect punchline, the food arrives. Why the hell did you order for the two of us? Just eat what you want to eat. Don't worry about me. Are you gonna say this?
Wow.
Mukhang masarap.
Right, Hugo?
Oh, it's so accurate. It's so accurate. Philippines.
It's freaking
Are you even
horrible.
listening to me?
Come on, we both know that if you don't eat now, who knows when you will. And I'm not about to let you go. Let you faint again.
A fate.
So yeah. Open wide.
Bro. Noah De Leon, age 27, a natural born charmer, is also the only person in the world who lovingly threatens him to eat every day. Lovingly. With a pensive look, Hugo finally gives in and eats a generous spoonful without further complaints. It's good.
My bad.
Are you gonna read it?
Good food will always help you cheer you up.
Are you looking at my Discord stream or my stream?
They're in Discord. My bad.
Damn him, I got swept away again.
They're gay.
How do you know?
By the way, he will be out for a business trip. She mentioned it. She mentioned it will be for a couple of days.
When did she tell you this? I didn't hear anything about it.
Yesterday, I think.
Yesterday? She told me to sort out the cabinets yesterday. She didn't mention anything about a business trip.
I guess it was a pretty subtle one. Well, I mean, she did tell me to tell you. And lucky me, I know where you will go every morning. Sigh.
You know what? I'm not surprised anymore.
Well, what do you want to do? We technically had the day off.
I'm gonna head back to the office. There's a couple of boxes I didn't get the chance to sort out.
Freaking nerd.
What?
In that case, I'll come with you.
Why? You could just rest for the day.
And pass up this opportunity to get to know you better? Cool, yeah.
Quit it. After their enlightening banner, the two of them finish their breakfast, pay for their meals, and head to Hugo's car.
Wait, so Hugo... Hugo is older? Wait, no, Noah's older. What the frick?
I don't know.
No, Hugo.
No, Hugo's 30. Noah's 27. As Noah opens the door to the passenger seat, he notices a bloodhound sleeping inside. Ah! The big dog stirs at the sound of the car opening and lazily stares at Noah. Look at him. You can't even see his eyes.
Yeah, I don't, bro. Sigma?
Are you gonna read this? Do you still want to...
I'm sorry, big guy.
He then closes the door while trying not to make too much noise to disturb its occupant. Colby. Oh, he has eyes!
Oh, eyes.
At the sound of his name, his heavy-lidded eyes slowly peek to see who calls out for him. It is his one and only partner, his human. He is jumping. As if finally realizing who he is or where he is, the old bloodhound stirs up from his sleep, pounces at Hugo, and proceeds to wag his tail uncontrollably. Damn it. Bro, hello? Uncontrollably. Bark.
Bro,
Whoa,
no way.
the attitude change. Good morning again, Colby. Had a nice nap? Colby, 8 years old, Hugo's most faithful and loving partner in crime, has the biggest tendency to just sleep all over the place. Noah, who is witnessing all of this from the back seat, chuckles to himself. He is amazed and slightly defeated at Hugo's sudden surge of energy.
It doesn't matter how many times I try. When it comes to boosting up his mood, no one can beat Colby. Colby.
Agency 7:50 a.m.
Dang, they're up that early? That's crazy.
I'm up that early. The three head back to the office. The space is just as Hugo left it. A decent, organized mess. It doesn't look that bad. I mean, it could look worse.
There's freaking dust all over the place.
Oh, we're playing visual novel.
Oh.
And I'm streaming, by the way, too.
Hello, chat.
To his credit...
You're if you guys tried the new Pokemon game,
There's a new Pokemon game?
There's a new Pokemon game.
like on mobile, like Pokemon TCG Pocket.
What?
No.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I've been playing it for the last month, honestly, but it came out today.
How are you playing it for the last
How are
month?
you? Yeah.
Like it originally dropped in New Zealand, so you just had to make like
Oh.
an
You
Apple
made a
account.
VPN.
Yeah, I just make an Apple account with New Zealand location.
Wow.
On a VPN.
Dude, this is like TCG Simulator, but it's like the real one.
But yeah, give it a shot. Let me know like when you're at a level where you can friend people, but
Okay.
spread the word so I can have more people to 1v1.
Oh, I thought you just opened the cards. I didn't think you like fight people.
No, you can 1v1
fight-
too.
yeah, you
apparently,
can 1v1.
particularly.
Oh shit.
It's a collectible, but like you can also like battle people. You can also there's also an option to trade, but like it's not available yet.
Oh. What? But that's like the main thing with Pokemon cards.
This is
I think-
basically TCG. That's
It
crazy.
is TCG. So yeah, just give it a shot.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Alright.
Anyway.
Bye.
Hello.
Alright, let's continue. To his credit, for the amount of boxes he painstakingly went through, he believes he did a fair job. Albeit it could have been a bit better. That's not what it said, but I said it blah blah blah.
Wow, you really outdid yourself, Hugo. It looks less crowded.
Ah, shut it, will you? I said I was gonna get to it. Thanks, boy.
Mile.
Before Hugo could continue to give the deserved head pats, he notices someone. A woman stands timidly, peering outside from the storefront. Moo, what the heck? She looks a bit frantic, and even more restless with her disheveled and ill-fitted clothes, drawing emphasis to her already too visible petite frame. The woman tries to grasp the door handle several times, but stops before she could touch it. Her brows furrow, agitated and distressed about something. So much to the point that it is preventing her from simply reaching out for help. However, when she finally makes eye contact with Hugo, she immediately rushes in. I'm so sorry. I know that the closed sign is up, but I saw you come in and Are you alright, miss? I need your help. My grandfather, Before she can continue explaining, Noah swiftly cuts in front of Hugo and intervenes, an all too practiced manner.
It's okay, miss. We'll hear what you have to say.
But you're a pro.
So please, why don't you just sit right over there?
Noah gestures to one of the many empty seats at the other side of the office. That the spacing is kind of weird. That messed me up. The poor woman hesitates for a moment. She clutches desperately to the strap of her purse, her eyes focusing apprehensively on them, and at the gestured seat agitated. After mulling over Noah's offer, she quickly glances back and nods. The woman then walks towards the corner of the room and sits at the edge of the sofa. Her posture is wary and tense, giving no sign of comfort for even this brief moment of peace.
Can you start off by telling us your name?
I apologize for earlier. I'm usually a bit more composed than this, but I guess I'm failing at that too.
Is this for his chat?
My name is Nina Mortimer.
Mordekaiser. Ah, hello, Miss Nina. My name is Noah De Leon. I am one of the assistants here.
Why did he act surprised when he heard the name? Oh, maybe she's
What do you
one
mean,
of. Maybe she's.
Wait, Yeah, is that the surprise? No, he's just how he talks, bro.
No, you saw his face. His face was surprised if you were looking. Like,
No,
oh shoot,
Okay, I'm going back.
Brent. I'm
never mind,
I'm
yeah.
about to take over your lines. I'm about to
I
take
see
over
it.
your.
That big guy next to you is our other lovely assistant, Kobe. And the one brooding over here is Private Investigator Hugo Laurent.
I'm not brooding. I'm just tired.
both. And our chief is away on business. On business.
Well,
On a business, yep. But I think we can still accommodate you. So, how can we help, Miss Nina?
for just a moment, Nina appeared a bit more lax, more hopeful, maybe even relieved from this warm welcome. However, she once again tenses up. The guilt and shame come rushing back to her, visible by the creases of her brow as she once again realizes why she is here. I need help watching over my grandfather tonight.
Night?
Yes, I know this is a strange request, but my hands are tied on this. It has to be tonight.
I'm sorry, Miss Nina, but I don't quite understand. Is your grandfather in danger? In any danger?
I think someone is trying to take him away.
Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Bro, just make a surprise sound like
Take him.
Oh, oops.
Miss Nina, I think you should contact the police right away. They are far more equipped at handling this kind of situation.
No, they're not.
Oh my goodness.
I've tried requesting their help, but they've given me the same answer verbatim for weeks now. They would send someone out to watch over the manor for the entire day. But by the end of the routine, they would always report back. Nothing unusual. They saw no one leaving or arriving at the house other than me or the caretaker. And despite telling them all in detail about the letters and all the strange things that's been happening, there's nothing they can do about it, but just sit around until it escalates even more. I can't wait any longer. Any more than this, and it'll be all too late.
Brad, the face is crazy.
If only I knew who Lois was. Lois?
Luis, dude. It's Luis.
Luis
is without the I.
Oh shit. Luis? Lois? Luis? She lets out a gasp. Her hands shot out to cover her mouth, realizing she had said too much. Realizing she had said too much so carelessly. She tries to avert their gaze, but Hugo stares persistently at her.
Miss Nina, who is Luis? Are they the ones causing all this?
Is it Louis? Louis, right?
Luis.
I don't know.
Okay, hold up. How to say? I think we're both right. It's just
There's different ways. Can I say it?
Louis.
Save.
We can all say Louis.
Louis. Oh, whatever. Let's just say Louis. Once more, she contemplates, her brows knit closely together as she bites her lips nervously. It's as if the words she wanted to say have suddenly died out, too heavy to even utter. A mistake she can't take back. Before the silence stretches further, Noah speaks to Nina with a gentle and reassuring tone.
Miss Nina, I know it's scary. All the things you mentioned to us so far, no one should ever have to experience. Especially by themselves. And I assure you, we will skibbity to all of that.
Oh my gosh. Just read it normally, bro, please.
I promise. Okay.
Wild and manic eyes search deeply at them, trying desperately to discern any doubt or mistrust on their faces. However, all she sees are people who are willing to give their time and to simply listen to her. To actually help her. From this alone, Nina looks to the side where her purse is and opens it. Tucked inside one of the pockets, she takes out a single, slightly crumpled envelope with a pigmented red wax seal pressed in the middle. At a glance, Hugo can tell right away that this letter appears to be a bit more worn out and antique. And yet, despite its delicate form, it remains well preserved, well kept. It's as if the letter itself was untouched by time forever, waiting to be opened. Grandfather has been receiving cryptic letters for the past month now. The letters didn't come with an address or the name of the sender. But this one is different from the rest. This one had the name Lewis on it. As she hands over the letter, Hugo notices her hand is slightly shaking. Nina is still avoiding his gaze, but he knows she is trying in earnest. But before he could reach out his hand, he senses it. A faint shift in the room, unnoticeable to the others, but all too glaringly clear to him. There's something very wrong with this letter. Suddenly, Hugo recoils his hand away in pain, like being struck with something sharp, so spontaneously, so memorable that even if the pain disappears within seconds, a hint of it remains. Something so small akin to a prick from a rose's thorn, or more like a paper cut. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. No, I'm fine, Miss Mortimer. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Hugo stares squarely at the cut. A thin red line starts to form slowly by the top of his index finger, trailing down and stopping just above the first crease. A red so clearly visible, it's taunting.
That doesn't look like a normal paper cut to me. Let me get you a band-aid. Band-aid. Band-aid.
It's fine, Noah. I don't need one.
But
Really, it's fine. It doesn't even hurt that much.
he's freaking.
Noah takes one good look at him before sighing exasperatedly, and sitting back down. Huh? Expiratedly?
Yeah, I think.
Expirated, and sitting back down in his chair, still eyeing on Hugo's hand. Hugo shrugs and returns his Hugo shrugs and returns his attention back to the letter, but this time, luckily, nothing happens. For it to reach all the way out here with just a letter alone is truly terrifying. Carefully, he removes the content of the envelope and unfolds it. At first, it looks like any other normal written message. A person named Lewis is asking the other, Henry, to come meet him by the lake at midnight.
I searched up a YouTube video. It's apparently it's Louis, not
Bro,
like,
I don't
nothing-
care anymore.
It's French.
French? I'm not French. Needing to share something important with him. However, what's eerily striking about this is not the letter itself. Peering at the bottom of the page, a message scrawled, unlike the rest, stands visibly out to Hugo. A message that shouldn't be there. Remember our promise, Henry.
Oh,
Shit. When did you receive this letter? Yesterday? And your grandfather? Where is he right now? He's currently back at the house with the caretaker. I promised him I wouldn't be out for too long. I made an agreement with him, you see. Oh? What sort of agreement? The caretaker we have now agreed to watch over my grandfather, but only during the day. Before nightfall, they would leave exactly at the same time. Before nightfall? I wanted to believe that this whole thing was an elaborate scheme to scare my family away. I know this sounds crazy, but at one point, I thought everyone was in on it. The mail carriers, the officers, the caretakers. Everyone had a hand up making our family suffer. But this one was different. Up until now, I've never heard of anyone by that name. Not a relative or family friend. But they clearly know who grandfather is. If I don't do something about this, I'll lose him too. Just by uttering the words alone, Nina begins to break down. The stress, the anxiety, the fatigue, all of it was finally catching up to her. Dang, Noah, do something. What? Her body hunches forward. Her hands press close to her eyes as she tries to cover the stream of tears running down her face.
I was gonna do the Riz.
As an act of comfort, Colby sits closer to Nina while Noah fetches tissues for her. Hugo, on the other hand, is puzzled.
Dang. Hugo doesn't care.
She said this whole thing has been going on for the past month, but something doesn't add up. And before nightfall, I think there's more to this that she is not admitting. Whatever happened with the letter, I am more than certain. Certain that whoever or whatever that Lewis is, Louis, they're coming for blood. Man, take this. Do you want more tissues?
Tissues.
Man, we'll do it. We'll take on your case. For a moment, everything goes still. That's like the title of it. It's like the title of the story. Their eyes and attention are solely directed at Hugo, whose eyes have a certain glint to them, now unwavering and more determined than ever. Before anyone else speaks, Nina stands up, wipes away any stray tears from her face, and walks up to him. You'll take it? Hugo simply nods. Thank you, thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. We're glad to help, Miss Nina. Please, just call me Nina. Oh!
Riz.
Well, Nina, we'll do our best. Nina smiles at Hugo and Noah in gratitude, her eyes renew with a faint gleam, a hope that maybe things will change for her and her family for the better. However, just before heading out, Nina reaches into her bag once more. She takes out a small piece of paper and a pen and hastily starts jotting down something. I best be on my way now. I'll let grandfather know ahead of time you'll be coming.
Yo, Riz.
49, bro, how many times are you gonna say that? 4970 Church Street. Also, this is my address. I'll be sure to greet you all when you arrive. And thank you again, truly. She politely bows to them and walks out of the office, already reaching into her purse for her car keys. Hugo watches from his desk as she goes to open the driver's seat. Nina looks back at the office window and takes one last look at Hugo. She waves slightly at him before finally pulling out of the parking lot and driving off. Once out of sight, Hugo turns to look at his cluttered desk. Still messy, but presentable. I guess I'll have to sort these out later, again. Car, 5:30 p.m. That's a big jump. Now it's nighttime. We're gonna go to the grandfather house. All right. From the ongoing downpour to the quiet hums of the car, they sit in silence. Still miles off their destination, Hugo constantly checks the rearview mirror to see any passing cars. But it was only them on the road. Noah, who usually chats his ear off by now, leans quietly against the car door, and as he looks out to the passing street lights, reversed and distant. He hasn't said a word to Hugo since they left the office. Hey, you're a lot quieter than usual. What's wrong? I think you forgot that he's supposed to read this one, so I'm gonna read it. Ha, what a surprise. Have you been looking at me, Kuya? No, you idiot. You usually just talk a lot, that's all. So, do you miss me talking? Yo, hello? Just say it. Do you believe her story? What? Given all the things she's told us, do you think she's telling the truth? ... Yes, I believe her. Or at least, I believe she hasn't lied to us. But you know, I can't shake this feeling that she's hiding something. Like if she left out certain details on purpose. Also, why did she have to travel this far out of town for a private eye? Surely there must have been another far closer to her home than ours. I just don't know how to explain it. ... As expected of you, Hugo. Are you making fun of me? No, not at all. I'm just admiring your observations. ... I didn't want to offend Nina earlier, so I kept quiet until she finished. But her last name caught me off guard. Have you heard about the Mortimers? They're a pretty distinguished family that own an esteemed fishing company. Well, they used to, I believe. They have yet to name an heir. What do you mean? Shouldn't it naturally go to Nina? It should, but I don't know. From what I heard, each time they try to name a successor, that relative mysteriously disappears. Huh? Huh? Gone without a trace, or so anyone thought. Their bodies would soon turn up months after. And you know what's strange? All of them have been labeled as accidents by local news. No foul play, just another unfortunate loss for the family. They've been struck with so many tragedies that, over time, people began to believe that they were cursed or something. Cursed. I think I can understand why she wouldn't go to the police again. They most likely thought she was seeing things and went along with the procedures just to keep face. But deep down, they must have thought she'd gone mad. I can't imagine all of this for Nina. And most of all, who knows what we'll find there. Is that why you decided to come with me? Well, partially. I'm more worried about you, though. Me? Why? Think of it this way. I'm the appointed driver. When you decided to go do some... when you decide to go do some pretty reckless shit, I'll be there to drive you to the local hospital. Besides, 2 is better than 1. Exactly.
They're gay.
I was fine with Colby coming with me. Why'd they bring the dog, though? Well, have you heard that 3 is better than 2? Mortimer Estate, 6 p.m.
Same day? That's crazy.
What do you mean? They're driving there. 30 minutes away. Dang, it's fancy. Passing through countless dirt roads and steep cliffs, the estate can finally be seen beyond the evergreen. Nestled away from prying eyes, it stands tall, magnificent, and classic. Truly a rarity only afforded to the privileged. And yet, with all its opulence, it looms from a distance. Hugo and Noah could only gaze at the sheer scale of the manor. Its grand stature topples easily over the dozens of houses they drove past. Wow, look at the size of it. I can never imagine. I can never imagine seeing a house like this in person. It's almost too surreal. ... Come on, she's waiting for us. Immediately after oh my god. Immediately after exiting the driver's seat, a sudden sharp pain weighs heavily on Hugo's chest. Grasping tightly at his coat, he begins to gasp for air. His vision hazes as he leans close to the car, trying desperately to ground himself. Like a fish drawn out of the sea, he desperately heaves. The air in his lungs escaping too quickly burns as he feels his throat start to strain, drawing tighter the more he breathes. But this pain pales in comparison to a feeling far more excruciating. Is it the house? No, something far more sinister. He feels it. Someone is watching him. A piercing gaze fixed on him, like leering at a bug and waiting to strike. We'll be together soon, Henry. Oh shit. What the hell? Damn it, already? I need to hurry, or else. Hey, are you alright? Noah calls out to him, snapping him out of his fixated trance. Colby nudges his head against Hugo, whining with concern over his partner's well-being. Did you hear that just now? Hear what? That voice. It was so close to my ear. Is everything alright? Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me. I'm just a bit winded out from the trip, that's all. I'll be happy to make you tea at the very least. If it's no trouble. No, not at all. It's the least I can do. Once again, this subtle uneasiness from Nina surfaces. But before Hugo could get a chance to look further into it, she walked off towards the front porch without saying another word. Are you sure you're alright? You sounded like you were choking earlier. I said I'm fine. Besides, we're already here. We can't back out now. Listen to me. I think you should... Noah abruptly cuts his lecture short as he notices Nina stopping by the front door. She stands by the door silently, contemplating something. It's just like before, but this time, she seems even more anxious. Whatever unease she tried to mask earlier became more apparent the minute they walked closer to the front door. I haven't been quite honest with you, Detective. Sorry, I was drinking water. Dot. Just like before, as if carefully choosing her next words, she decides that in this situation, words are not enough. You'll see for yourselves what I mean. And with that, Nina enters the house, leaving the three to follow behind. Hugo was about to enter through the foyer when he feels a tug on his arm. Don't forget what I told you. If something happens, let me know right away. You'll be the first to know. And with that, Noah releases his grip on Hugo. They proceed to head in, not knowing what awaits them beyond the door. Greeted with a brightly lit hallway, Hugo notes immediately that the interior is just as grand. Adorned with floral accents and antique furnishings, the house itself exudes the word elegance. A classic and rustic charm with the walls and floorings made from the finest wood. Hugo couldn't help but gape when he walked in. However, he notices something even more distinct than the splendor. Behind this seemingly perfect veneer, an unsettling air wreathes throughout the house, leaving no room for doubt that the inside is far more terrifying than the outside. Please come this way. Bracing themselves, they enter the dimly lit drawing room. At first glance, Hugo could not discern the silhouette situated at the far corner. Only the sparse lighting from the window pierces through a fraction of the room's darkness. However, as they approach closer to the silhouette, Hugo now understands the reason for all of Nina's unsettling vagueness. Grandfather, we have guests. Oh shit. What? Sitting on the armchair is a very young man, not much older than Hugo or Noah. He is dressed modestly and shares none of the imposing presence of the manor. He looks so young. How is that your grandpa? No, rather, such luxury does not even remotely reflect on the man before them at all. It's as if the flow of time had stopped only for him, while the rest had continued changing drastically without him. Just like the letter, timeless, delicate, and jarringly out of place. Staring only at the window, the young man sits there dazed with little acknowledgement of the people around him. Still, motionless, like a doll. Grandpa, these are the people I spoke of. This is Detective Lauren and his two assistants, Colby and Noah. She mentioned the dog too. They're gonna help us. Even after introducing them to the head of the Mortimer estate, Hugo and Noah could not help but feel unnerved. The man before them is supposed to be frail and older than any of them. And yet here he remains, forever unchanging, forever young. They've come a long way, so I'll be making some tea. Would you also like some, Grandpa? ... He does not reply back, nor does he glance at Nina or anyone else in the room. Only fixates his gaze on the rain, nothing else. I'll be sure to make a cup for you, too. She then timidly gestures to Hugo and Noah back to the foyer. Bearing more questions, the two follow Nina outside. But before they leave the drawing room, Hugo takes one last look at the young man. There is an all too familiar air about Henry Mortimer. His eyes, they're similar to his own. Whatever he must be longing for, Hugo knows it. Hugo knows it will never end well. Nina, that man. Yes, he's my grandfather, the one I asked you all to watch over. I know this is hard to believe, but... Nina draws something out from her pocket. It's an old picture of a handsome man with slicked back hair wearing the finest of suits. The gentleman in the picture has a different air to him, one of wealth and power. None of which reflects at all on the current Henry Mortimer. It's almost as if looking at two different people. This isn't much to go by, but believe me, they are the same person. Then why does he look so young? It happened a few nights ago. I was on my way to get a cup of water when I heard a loud thud coming from my grandfather's room. I was worried that something fell over, so I went to go check. When I opened the door, I found him collapsed on the ground. I rushed to help him up, but when I did, he looked so different. He wore the same clothes that my grandpa wore that night. And his face, I recognized his face. He looked younger. So many things were rushing through my head at the moment, and yet I knew he felt familiar to me. I know it sounds bizarre the more I talk about it, but that's what happened. ... That was also the same night I found that letter. It was next to him, already opened. I'm sorry again for all of this. No matter who I went to, they either said something was wrong with me or my family. With everything going on, maybe they're right. The pools of water, the letters, Louis, and now this. I've been ignoring the signs for years and just blindly hoping things can get better if I try finding solutions on my own. But that's not enough anymore. Maybe my family really is cursed. No, they're not. Curses aren't real. Detective? I think we easily get too involved in believing that sort of thing exists. In truth, the ones who fixate on it make it their reality. Rumors, doubts, lies, all of those things are what they want to become real. Deep-rooted emotions like that can't possibly be healed or fixed right away. But like a curse, those emotions drag other people down with them. Personally, I think you were caught up in all of this. But I assure you, we'll see this through. For you and Mr. Mortimer. Thank you. Good. Good. Now, our first priority is to find out more about Louis. Nina, the letter you showed us back at the agency, do you still have it with you? Yes, it's still here. Do you mind if I borrow it for a bit? I'll be sure to give it back. Of course, but what are you gonna do with it? I've searched everything on that letter and I still couldn't come up with clues. I'll be using it for as a reference or a guide, if you will. I'm afraid I can't discuss too much of the process. Trade secret and all, ha 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 ha. Of course. I'll check upstairs. Noah, you and Colby check the ground floor. Got it. Before they leave to do their own investigations, Hugo grabs a hold of Noah's shoulder. He leans in, close enough for Nina not to hear. Keep a close eye on Mr. Mortimer and Nina. Especially Nina. I don't want her to be dragged any more than she already is. So whatever happens, keep her safe. Hugo, you... Fine, but remember, yell for me, okay? Okay. I know. Thank you, Noah. I'm counting on you. You too, boy. You think the dog is like trained or something? I don't know.
Nah, there's no way.
With a final nod at them, Hugo then goes towards the staircase and heads upstairs. Noah stares for a moment longer at Hugo's back before he disappears into the first floor. He then turns to look at Colby. Well, it's time we get to work. Right, Colby? Yeah. Investigation start.
Oh, you actually do it.
The objective is to look around at the area for objects to proceed the story. Use the arrows or the arrow keys to move to a different area. Outlines will appear on a clickable object. On the top right is the hint button. Click on it. Click it will highlight an object you missed. Woo. Oh, why do your eyes disappear? Oh, I'm Noah. Mr. Mortimer still sits motionless by the corner of the room, his gaze never leaving the rain. Oh my gosh. Freaking Stillwater. Stillwater plus detective plus Balkan Rage plus Doge plus Gian equals those who know. What the hell? Okay, let's look around. Clicky. Uh-huh. Look at the phone. An old rotary dialed telephone. It looks like it's still in good use. Okay. A delicate arrangement of violets and white roses. They seem to be fresh and fairly new. That's it? Oh. A large bookshelf stands close to the entranceway. It contains a couple of photo albums and a few phone books. Oh. Frames decorating the walls are covered in white sheets, veiled with a thin lining of dust on top of each one. Wow, there are so many paintings covering the walls. Are there more like this all over the house? Yes, my grandfather commissioned many back in the day. But sadly, he doesn't do that anymore. Nina, I can't help but notice the paintings are covered. How come? I did that. I covered them up for my grandfather's sake. For his sake? Yes, he was pretty obsessed with them, you see. There were times when he would mutter to himself and would just stare at the paintings for days on end. It worried me so much that I had to cover them all. Since then, he hasn't stared at any of them. He just sits quietly, looking outside. I see. About the paintings, I also noticed they all have a similar theme. They all had water in them. I know this isn't a coincidence since you've told us before, but if there's anything you know, anything at all, then please tell me. Noah, can I ask you a question first? Ah, sure. Go ahead. Do you believe in mermaids?
Bruh.
Mermaids? I don't suppose I do. Why? Casting her gaze to the floor, Nina anxiously fidgets and tightly clasps her hands together. She then briefly sighs and continues. Well, there's this story, or rather, more like a fairy tale that my family has passed down. A fairy tale? Yes, well, it feels like one to me. It was about a fisherman who fell in love with a mermaid. Oh. Every day and night, he would go out by the shore to gaze at her beauty, but one day she vanished, leaving him confused and heartbroken. Determined, he would sail many seas for a chance to see her again. Sailing from coast to coast, new lands beyond and back, he would go. Not long after, fortune followed him all throughout his journey and made him one of the wealthiest and most highly respected in his village. However, despite all the wealth he gained throughout his travels, he never found the mermaid again. She would only be a dream, nothing more. And that's the end of the story. It doesn't end happily, but I guess there was a lesson behind all of it. I just never understood it. What do you think happened to the mermaid? She's dead. She's dead. I know it's an exaggeration, and yet I can't help but wonder. It's hard to say. I just feel bad for both of them. To be honest with you, I'm not a fan of sad endings. If it were me, I would wish the fisherman and the mermaid could see each other again. Or at least, that's what I think. Even if they weren't meant to be with each other? Yeah, I think so at least. I wouldn't want to imagine going through a journey all by myself. It's hard being alone. I guess so. ... A journey all by yourself. Dang, it's late. Mortimer Estate, 11:30 p.m.
I mean, they did say to
Stay there all night.
Yeah, yeah.
After searching vigorously through each of the rooms, he knew his findings would eventually lead him here. This is it. Hugo walks towards the nearest lampshade and switches it on. Dimly illuminated, he sees the extent of how lavish this part of the house is. From the customized window drapes to the vintage furnishings. Everything here exudes that extravagance. Struggling. But much like the interior Hugo has seen so far, he finds this one in particular reeks of it. Plastered from wall to wall, a gloom lingers. It's as if the room itself is moldering, despite its preserved nature. Ooh, I get to look around. Look around. Let's open the chest. A classic wooden chest lies at the foot of the canopy bed. Its lock still firmly holds, safeguarding whatever is inside. Anything else I can click on? Over here. Oh, another shelf. A meticulously organized set of academic books, ranging from non-fiction to geography, are all on display. However, hidden away behind the vast collection are some children's fairy tales, all carefully kept. Okay. Alright. Anything else? Oh, on the floor. Scattered pieces of paper, all forgotten, lie waiting on the cold floor. Heavily etched markings are found scrawled all over the papers. A pristine pearl white tea set sits patiently by, untouched and unused for quite some time. Atop the fireplace, unblemished and unmarked by time, hangs a curious and familiar painting of a beautiful woman floating on water. I want to see. What else is there? Oh. What else can I click on? The bed? The chair? Oh. Whoa! Whoa, that's what he looked like? An old photo of a lost time, a sweet summertime memory of a little girl with her beloved grandfather. Oh man. Then now her grandfather is like super handsome.
Oh yeah, yo.
What else can I click on? Can't click on the bed. Can't click on the chest. What else? Already clicked on the shelf. Ooh. fireplace? Oh. A leather-bound journal sits on the edge of the table. Its pages are so torn out. Oh, wait, no. Its pages are torn out so haphazardly that the binding itself is starting to fall out. Sigh. I need to hurry. I don't want to stay here for too long. 11:50 p.m. He searches and searches, and still there is no sign of Louis. To Hugo, even if there is a fragment, a singular thread to that person, to their real selves, he could find them. They got superpowers. But there is nothing. Not one thing pertaining to him. As if the thought of Louis barely exists at all. What is going on? I clearly sensed that presence from before, but it's gone again. Damn it, I wish I had more time. No, calm down. It has to be here. I just need to focus. He ponders again, retracing every step and every little detail, hoping that he overlooked something. Yet all he knows is that the one tangible thing that connects him, that tethers so closely to this space, and most of all to Henry, is the letter. Words of promise, of love, all delicately etched onto a page. Excuse me. But tainted with a powerful and dark emotion that has been festering for too long. Tainted. From the very start of all this, Hugo believes that whoever Louis was, they were the ones responsible. He thought he could find them and convince them to stop their haunting for good. To bring them peace and to move on. However, that isn't the case anymore. The unnatural force that binds everyone so closely together in this family is not the cause of an angry spirit. No, it's something far more devious than that. As he takes the letter out from the envelope, he notices a change within. Bearing no foreboding threat at the bottom of the page, it looks just like a regular letter, or rather, what it once was. A sad and tragic love. Oh. Damn. If you can't come, then I understand. Things have gotten more complicated with your mother ever since she found out about I'm gonna restart. If you can't come, then I understand. Things have gotten more complicated with your mother ever since she found out about us, right? I'm sorry, Henry, for everything. It hurts to see you torn up like this. I would never hurt you or drag you along with me. If this has to be our farewell, then can I ask you one last favor? Could you keep my locket? I know this is selfish of me, but I'd like for you to have it. I'd be happy to know it's safe with you. My heart will forever be yours, Henry. Oh! With love, always, Louis. Dang. So this was the true letter? A small warmth emanates from the paper, wrapping closely around his fingers, quiet and soothing. The fragment Hugo was searching for. Louis, I'm sorry. You were also a victim in all of this too. Please, if you can hear me, I need your help. Oh, shit. Without warning, the sound of a click can be heard across the bedroom. As if something unlocked itself. Hugo turns his head toward the sound and sees the chest. Unlike the other furniture, its dark and rustic features have not been maintained well, left to rot on its own. Suddenly, he stops at the sound of a voice, a sweet voice whispering to him, beckoning him towards the fireplace. Come here. Oh, come here, my dear, sweet boy. Ooh.
Go to the payday.
If I don't, he's probably gonna kill me, so.
Go to the payday.
There, mounted by the fireplace, is a painting of a beautiful woman floating on water. Her pale skin is incandescent, right? Incandescent. Brilliantly
Yep, yes,
prominent, brilliantly prominent against the contrast to the dark, murky waters that keep her hidden. Keep her bound to the canvas. Hugo stares intensely at the picture. If she like turns to look at us, I'm actually gonna punch my screen.
Why?
And an empathic sorrow swells within him. Because that's gonna be scary. Disarming his very senses and forcing him to inch closer. Surrendering himself to the sweet song. Poor thing. How lonely you must feel. You are a lot like him. Like Henry. As Hugo approaches closer and closer to the painting, in his mind screaming to run, he sees it. He can finally see beyond the facade that the lady portrays, for what the painting truly is. But don't worry. I can take away that sadness.
Yo.
A deformed creature, a mermaid, floats above the surface, the voice whispers. Large, hollow eyes stare back, boring deeply into his eyes. Her skin is melting, bleeding heavily, this black ichor as it gushes out from the canvas. Some of it starts to hit not only the floor, but at Hugo as well. The vicious black tar clings persistently onto him, unrelentless as they continue to pile up. And then he feels it. What drew him initially to this thing? Oh shoot, did I skip something? Oh, nope. A deep sense of longing rushes through him, snuffing out what little control he had left. Finally embracing this nature. To come home. Take my hand. Without hesitation, Hugo reaches out his hand while his body leans in closer to the mermaid. She grabs and pulls him in. Oh shit! Not once looking back, he dives and follows after her, returning to nothing. Fuck. What? What?
Dang.
What? No! What? What?
Dang.
What the hell? Alright, let's go back. Oh, I didn't save! Did I not save? Did I not save? No!
Uh-oh.
No! No! Did I not save?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no! 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 Did I just quit the game? No!
Yeah, you did, bro. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, bro! No! No. Am I gonna have to do that all over again? Hold on. We're gonna skip through it. Fuck. Did I not save? Dude, I hit save earlier, didn't I not? Oh, quick save. Here. Okay, this is like really far behind. Okay, we're skipping. Let's get back to the painting. Back to the painting. Is there a button to just skip it all? Skip. Take. Skip. Damn. Alright. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. And blah blah blah. And we talk. And then he talks about the mermaid. And this is kind of important, but I already know what he says. The chest. The blah blah.
Wait, how many endings does this have?
I think 2. And I got the only bad one.
That's crazy.
Clicky. Click. 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 Alright. No more skipping. Wait, no skipping. Save. Alright. Do not go to the painting. No. Stay focused, Hugo. I won't let it get to me. Damn, I'm an idiot. Why did I just let it go with the flow? Preparing himself, he heads towards the chest and opens it. Inside, scrambled together, are bunches of notebooks and small trinkets. Hugo continues to rummage through when he stumbles across an old newspaper article. Young man found dead by the lake. There's no name of the lake, just the lake. An unidentified young man was found on the morning of XXXXX, 3 days prior to his death, according to the police. Ruled as a suicide, police have claimed that the troubled youth drowned himself. This certainly is a tragic loss, an unfortunate event indeed. Blank comments. No claim of his body has been made yet. Louis. By the corner of Hugo's eye, he spots a bright glint buried beneath the clutter. He reaches for it. A locket of brilliant gold shines unblemished, retaining a timeless luster. Inside it safeguards a picture of a young man with glasses, smiling brightly. This must be the locket he was talking about. It's so pretty. I'm surprised it still shines like this. In this picture. Did he put this here? No, it might have been Henry. But why would he store it away like this? What should I do? Do we take it or leave it? I feel like it's kind of important, right? You know, we're gonna save here. Save it here. I'm taking it. I should probably hold on to this for now. Take it to him. Please. Louis! Louis? A gentle but distant plea echoes in Hugo's heart. A forgotten ache of yearning and regret grips him deeply. Feelings not of his own start to rise like small ripples on a pond, wanting to be found again and remembered. Don't worry, I'll bring it to him. I'll make sure of it. Hugo is about to put everything back into the chest when he feels a wet and cold sensation crawling up his leg. What? Water? A pool of water relentlessly spreads across the floor, already seeping into the chest. Damn it, no! Suddenly, the lights shut off. A scream is heard, followed by a myriad of shouts. Hugo is about to call out to Noah, but stops at the sight of pale feet before him. Looming over him stands a tall and ominous figure. His face is shrouded in complete darkness, devoid of any human emotion. It appears as a young man, but Hugo knows that it's far from it. Venom. No, this very thing is trying to imitate a human form. Trying to be human. Hugo could only stare back. Noah, help! Help, Noah, help! Paralyzed with fear, he is forced to watch the horror as it slowly creeps towards him. It's just like before, the sensation of someone staring at him from within. But this time, it's drawing near, inching ever so closely. The words to call out to Colby or Noah fail to reach out. Lodged in his throat, he struggles in pain. With his breathing shallow, he tries to force his body to move. Then it stops. Looking down at Hugo, filled with nothing but malice and contempt, it speaks. Don't get in my way. All of a sudden, the door to the bedroom slams shut and the entity disappears. The tension from his body finally releases its agonizing grip and he gasps desperately for air. His vision blurs and his breathing is haggard. He staggers towards the door. He yanks at the handle several times, but it's tightly jammed. Fuck! Noah! Colby! To his dismay, he is only greeted with silence at the other end of the door. Damn it! From a distance, he faintly hears the sound of Colby's relentless barking as it gets further away from the house. Hugo rushes towards the window. He tries to pry it open, but just like the door, a heavy force prevents him from doing so. Like being underwater. His movements slow and drawn out. As if being dragged down by that thing. Fuck this. Frantically looking around the room, he spots a nearby chair. Without a moment sooner, Hugo grabs a chair and starts to strike the window. Bit by bit, the window cracks get larger with each blow, splitting off smaller pieces. What the hell is this thing made out of? Still trying to catch his breath, he musters all the strength he has left for a final blow. Damn you, just break already. Oh, let's go. Clearing out the remaining glass shards, Hugo peers his head out to see any railing he can grab hold of. However, he discovers instead that the wall adjacent is covered in ivy. Despite how heavy the rain has drastically become, he reaches out for it, grabbing a handful of the vines. Carefully, he climbs out the window, gripping tightly and making sure he doesn't lose his footing. Yet, to his luck, the patch of vines he clutches start to tear away from the wall. Out of desperation, he struggles to find his grip on another, but fails when his hand slips out of reach. Shit! Clamoring wildly as he loses grip on the ivy, he crash lands down onto a thicket of bushes. Air forced out of him, he heaves uncontrollably, trying to even out his breathing. But even that is laborious. An immense pain squares across not only his back, but his entire body. God, I'm getting too old for this. Although his body screams out in pain, he forces himself up. There's still time. I can do this. I have to do this. With staggering feet and haggard breathing, he makes his way to the place where it all started. To the lake, where this tragedy starts and ends. Lake? Sometime. A time. Finally entering through the park, Hugo calls out to Colby and Noah. Colby, Noah, where are you? He hears faintly the sounds of barking and the echoes of people yelling in the distance. He rushes towards the echoes, guiding him through the downpour. With his heart racing and his blood rushing to his head, he finds his way to the lake. Drawing closer, he sees Nina giving chase to her grandfather. Unfortunately, she doesn't get too far as Noah stops her. Grandpa, stop! Grandpa! Let me go! My grandpa, he's... No, Nina, it's dangerous. You'll get hurt too. I don't care. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose anyone anymore. It's at that instant Hugo trudges against the water, pursuing in Nina's steed. Hugo! No, don't! Pleas fall deaf to his ears. Not even the whines and worried cries of his partner can make him turn back. Determined, he forges ahead. Sorry, I was drinking water. Nearing the deep end of the lake, he sees Henry Mortimer gazing directly at the abyss. He looks even more frail and disheveled than before. It's as if all the life he's lived up until this point has begun to fray, draining every ounce of himself and surrendering it all to the lake. Before Henry could lean in, Hugo reaches out and tugs at his arm. Mr. Mortimer, listen to me. Nothing is waiting for you down there, so please, come back to the shore with me. Motionless and unresponsive, he stares deeply into the water. The haze over his eyes is still obscure and persistent. There are so many things we cannot afford to lose in our lives, and you're one of them. To Nina, you're all she has left. She needs you, Mr. Mortimer. Hugo felt it. A slight jolt from Henry's arm, as if stirred by the mention of Nina. He slowly turns to face Hugo. Nina. However, just as cruel and violent as the storm, Henry jerks back, wrenching his arm away from Hugo's hold on him. No, all of this is my fault. If only I got to Louis sooner, then none of this would have happened. He was waiting for me, was patient with me. And yet for all the things he's done, I chose my family over him. He's gone because I didn't pick him. Henry backs further away from the shoreline. Mr. Mortimer. His manic eyes never straying from Hugo as he keeps his distance from him. Louis, I'm sorry. I was the one who dragged you into this. You deserve so much more. And I wished... Henry struggles over his words. He claps tightly to his shirt, his throat dry and taut from all that he has bottled up. From all those repressed and silent years of just waiting. Waiting for this curse to finally take him. I wished I had gone with you that night, Louis. Sir, even if you still covet that wish, it wouldn't resolve anything. Not for you or Louis. I read what he wrote to you those years ago. He understood if you didn't want to come see him. But the thing is, Mr. Mortimer, Louis never thought of anything less of you. He said so in his letters to you. His letters. For the longest time, I wanted to believe that he hated me for that, resented me for that choice. Or at least, I thought it was easier for me to think that way. How long has it been since I talked about him? It's been too long, sir. But that's why you don't have to shoulder all of that pain by yourself anymore. We can talk about it. About you and Louis. All of it. Together. Hugo extends not only his hand to him, but a promise. A promise that Henry had yearned for so long. A way to forgive himself. He hesitates at first. What fool believes in deserved forgiveness? Such a thing doesn't exist. And yet, despite everything, Hugo still reaches out to him. To a stranger. Maybe he can be forgiven. Just as he was about to reach out for Hugo, a hand slithers around Henry's head. Its arms unnaturally contort around him, while its head perches on his shoulder. This thing. This Louis is no longer pretending to be human. With piercing, cold green eyes, it glares directly at Hugo. Mocking him. Cursing him. Wishing nothing but despair. We can be saved? We can be forgiven? There is only one true way out of this. I will share with you the most happiest of endings. Before Hugo could reach out for Henry's hand, he disappears into the water. Mr. Mortimer! Without hearing the anguished cries and desperate pleas, Hugo dives after him into the abyss. Unknown place. Plunging in the icy waters, Hugo feels shocks running rampant throughout his body, like spikes continuously piercing from his legs to the tips of his fingers. Fiercely and unyielding. His chest tightens and his heart races as he begins to kick his legs, hoping whichever way he goes, he'll find his way to Henry. Swimming deeper and deeper in, he sees faintly a figure slowly descending into the darkness. As he finally gets closer to Henry, long snake-like arms stretch across the void and grab Hugo's neck, violently squeezing all the air out from him. He tries desperately to wrench his hands away. But with each struggle, Hugo's movements begin to weigh heavier and heavier. Louis. Where are you, Louis? It's looking for Louis? Digging deep in his coat's pocket, he grabs tightly in his hand the locket that Henry kept and had long forgotten. Holding it out as it shines ever so brightly in the dark. Ah, there you are. It releases its grip on Hugo and instead reaches out for the locket. Taking this as a chance, he drops the chain and kicks with all his might to grab Henry's arm. With his heart and his body screaming in pain, he swims desperately to the surface. Almost there. I just have to... As the lights from the surface begin to blur, Hugo makes one last attempt to reach for it. With his limbs worn out and his energy spent, this is all he can do. Before he loses his consciousness, he notices a figure swimming towards them, getting closer and closer. And then everything fades to black. Drifting along with what feels like an endless sea, Hugo courses through wave after wave, not knowing where he's going or caring for that matter. All he knows is that he's very, very tired. How long has it been since he's got a good night rest? It's been too long. Maybe I should take that rest now. I'd like that so much. I agree that you deserve it, but not here. I'm sorry for stuttering. I'm sorry for startling you. I just wanted to see you one last time before I go. Louis, you've done so much for me and Henry. I can't thank you enough. No worries. He looks so smug, bro. I want to thank you too for watching over me. And also, I want to apologize for my remarks from before. I really thought that I had things figured out once I found you, but you know how that turned out for me. Hehehe. It's alright, really. After all this time, I didn't think anyone could hear me. Especially Henry. Louis. I was worried about him for a long time. He always wanted to keep me away from his personal struggles, to keep me safe from them. But I was too stubborn for my own good. Honestly, I don't regret it. Any of it. Even if I can no longer reach out to Henry, fate weaved its thread back to you, our tangent, connecting us once more to this very moment. And for that, I'm forever grateful to you, Hugo. You're welcome, Louis. From a far-off distance, Hugo hears a voice crying out to him, beckoning for him to return. Well, they're waiting for you. I guess they really are, huh? Take care always, Hugo. You too, Louis. Lake. With his eyes closed and his senses still returning, he feels the constant tugs and licks of a certain bloodhound, whining as he tries to wake up his partner. Hugo! He also hears another familiar voice, too annoyingly close for comfort. Eyes shot right open, he jerks up. Confused, Hugo looks around before he coughs up the remaining water in his lungs. Are you alright? Noah starts to pat his back while Kobe returns to whine over Hugo. What happened? Where's Mr. Mortimer? He's safe. So is Nina. They're both okay. The police and the ambulance should be arriving soon. Thank goodness. Isn't there more you have to say to me? Instead of, thank goodness. I swear, you don't listen to a damn word I say. I'm sorry, Noah. Exhausted, he lets out a sigh. He then continues to pat Hugo's back aggressively when someone approaches them. Detective Laurent? Oh, Nina. There's someone I want you to meet. Behind her stands an elderly man. Oh, shit. Frail in stature, he timidly looks to the side pensively as he ponders to himself. Although his youth has long faded, his eyes are what catches Hugo's attention. They're no longer a piercing and vicious green. Only eyes just like Nina's. Hello, Mr. Mortimer.
That Gampra is fit, bro. What the heck?
Detective. Dang, now he looks like Grandpa. I'm surprised he still has like that much hair. I thought he would like have a lot shorter haircut. I never got the chance to say goodbye to him. I always thought about it every day. What if Louis lived on in this world? What if he stayed a little longer with me? It's because of that constant mindset I dragged everyone down. And I kept hurting not only me, but Nina especially. I was the one who kept hurting her, the one to blame for all of this. But you, someone that I've never met, still went out of your way to save me, not knowing my burdens or my faults. Thank you. Hugo reaches out to Henry and smiles brightly at him. It's my pleasure, sir. Before he lets go, Henry tugs at Hugo's hands one last time. I hope that someday you too will overcome it. Ah. The next day, 8 a.m. Well, good morning, Hugo. You're bright and early. Morning. With much fervor and haste, Hugo resumes writing on his notepad. Although by closer inspection, he looks like he's going to combust at any minute. Well, are you writing up the report? Without looking up, Hugo responds back. Yeah, for the most part. You still need to write yours too. I will. But since I haven't had breakfast yet, and I don't like eating by myself... Let me guess. 2 is better than 1. Bingo! Wow, Hugo, you're really catching on. I'm so proud of you. Shut it, will you? I swear, if only I hadn't fallen out from that goddamn window, maybe my report would have been shorter. Oh my gosh. Before Noah could begin to cut the bacon, he pauses at the mention of Hugo's report. Oh yeah, by the way, mind telling me what happened to the Mortimer's window? I broke it. Well, that's obvious to me. What I don't understand is, why is it broken? Do you know how much it costs to repair a window like that? I know. It was really dumb of me. I'm sorry. Besides, I told Mr. Mortimer about it before we left. Honestly, I was expecting an earful from him. And also the bill. And? Surprisingly enough, he said it was okay. Lucky us, right? So what, you just called it a day after all of that? Thank you so much, Mr. Mortimer. You broke it, you pay for it. Would you chill? Of course I'll pay for it. But each time I kept insisting, he just shrugged it off. Said that we already went through a lot for them, so this was nothing in comparison. You know what? He's right. After all that we went through, we at least deserve a nap. But before he could walk away, he stops and sees a familiar person walking towards the storefront, carrying something with her. Good morning, you two. Just barely a foot through the door, a certain bloodhound stirs up from his resting spot and makes his way towards Nina, tail uncontrollably wagging. Good morning to you too, Colby. Nina scratches behind one of Colby's ears, making his right foot unconsciously move on its own, scratching in an invisible but desirable spot for him. Good morning, Miss Nina. Morning. What brings you here this time around? Is everything alright with your grandfather? Yes, he's doing pretty well, actually. Even better than before. We talked so much last night, I hardly slept at all. But honestly, it's been a while since I last spoke to him so freely like that. I hardly felt tired at all. That's wonderful to hear. But there's something else I wanted to ask the both of you for. To put it bluntly, I need your help. If you two aren't busy, I would like some company eating these. Inside a clear plastic bag are a stack of 2 boxes placed on top of one another. She opens the box on top and reveals a colorful array of neatly decorated donuts, all lined perfectly. I want donuts! Oh, what the... No cramped or squished spaces. A work of art in Hugo's eyes. Wow, it's so pretty. Donuts? They look so delicious. We're more than happy to eat these with you, Nina. There he goes again with his donuts. But yes, please join us, Miss Nina. We were also about to have our breakfast too. Weren't we, Kuya? Always so brazen in front of others. You do make it exceptionally easy for me. Ugh. Hey. You both have such great chemistry with one another. On second thought, I'm way too tired for this. I'm gonna have to apologize in advance for this, Nina. But truthfully, I've been running on last night's coffee, and I'm about to pass out any minute now. No worries. Honestly, I think a little break time. I think a little break time sounds like what we all need right now. Oh my gosh, can't read. Thanks. Hugo puts down his pen and proceeds to head for the couch. Colby follows after him. Would you like to join us, Miss Nina? I would love to. I guess we save these for later then. They're all gonna like take a nap? Yes, please do. Now come on, it's nap time. Noah sighs heavily before setting down the food on his desk. He then gestures Nina towards the sofa, in which she happily takes his offer and joins them. Ugh, I'm getting old. I mean, you are old. Shut it. This is really nice. Aw, good boy, Colby. Come here. Nina quietly coos at him and begins to scratch at the back of Colby's ears once more. Hugo leans a little closer to Noah, his voice above a whisper, but close enough for Noah to only hear him. You know, I'm glad that you came along yesterday. Oh, what's this? Are you getting chummy with me now? Call it chummy or whatever, but I really mean it. If you hadn't saved us back there... Look, I told you before. I'll be there whenever you get yourself into reckless shit. Besides, didn't you say this was nap time? Get some rest. You deserved it. You too. A calming silence fills the room as they bask under the morning glow. No big parties or celebrations. Just each other's company and sharing this small reward. A small and warm comfort. Yeah, let's go! Let's go! Yeah! That was so
Nice.
good. Bro, that ending was so satisfying.
Dude, I didn't like that bad ending. It was just abruptly, dude. It was just so abrupt. I didn't like it.
Yeah. I just go towards the painting. And then he gets pulled into the painting like Mario 64, and then he drowns. What is break room? Oh, Joshua. Oh, this is all the music from the... Oh. Where am I?
Now playing Joshua.
Manuel. Achievements. Played Stillwater for the first time. Approached the painting. That looks crazy. Case closed. What else is there? Blank.
Oh
Ugh.
wait, there's more endings. Wow, you didn't know.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna look at...
Wait, no, these are achievements. Never mind.
I'm gonna look at the thing again. Oh, there's 4 endings. Crap. Hey, it shouldn't take too long to get it, right? Like, you just go back to where we were. One ending epilogue. That was the ending epilogue, I think. I really like that. 4 endings. Okay, so let's see what other stuff we can... So one of the options was take it or leave it. So let's see what happens if we leave it. I think it's best to put it back for now. Oh. Wait. This is the same. Is it? A pool of water relentlessly spreads across the floor, already seeping into the chest. Damn it, no. Ah. Okay. So this is Louis. His face is shrouded in complete darkness, devoid of any human emotion. We saw this already. I'll skip through this. Okay. And then what? Vision blurs. Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, guys, I gotta get out of here. He breaks the window. He gets out the window, and then he gets up and he's like, damn, I'm old. Alright. Now what? Oh, this changes the ending because, oh, now we don't have the locket. So when we're like in the water going for Henry and Louis is asking like for something, or was it Louis? Was it Henry? I don't know. We needed a sign of Louis and now we don't have it. So something bad is going to happen now. And he's looking for Colby and Noah. And then his grandpa's running. And then we're going after him. Let's go. Alright. Mr. Mortimer, listen to me. Ba 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 ba. Tanina, you're all she has left. Then he looks at him. He was waiting for me. Man, Henry is such a good guy. All right, and then he goes into the water. He's waiting for me to come home. There he goes. Mr. Mortimer. Into the abyss. Here we go. We're at the bottom of the lake now. Let's see what's different. Each struggle, Hugo's movements begin to weigh heavier and heavier. Water filling into his lungs as his vision begins to blur. The cold numbness spreads. Tired and motionless, he watches on as the abyss draws near, swallowing him, embracing him. Let's share this happy ending together. Oh shit. He feels nothing. His body weightless and floating for who knows how long. It's so cold, so very, very cold. How long has it been since he felt this? This empty feeling of just not being here or anywhere. It's comforting and nostalgic. Maybe, just maybe, this isn't so bad after all. I think this is for the best. Oh no, it's far, far from over, Hugo. Huh? Oops. After all, you said so yourself. Seeing the things you do come with a price, right? And oh, what a hefty price has been paid for your stupid little blunder. So get up, Hugo. We are far from having a happy ending. Hugo! Hugo's eyes shot right open, his vision disoriented and a blur. As he tries to focus on Noah's voice, a violent tide bursts within him as he coughs off the remaining water in his lungs. He can feel Noah's hands rub against his back, anchoring him and checking to see if he's alright. But deep down, there's something far more concerning to worry about at this moment. Where's Mr. Mortimer? I'm sorry, Hugo. I tried going back into the water after I fetched you, but the paramedics stopped me. They told me it was too cold and dangerous to head back in. No, it can't be. I'm so sorry, Hugo. No, please, God, no. He couldn't hear the rest of it. His body trembles as his hands clasp tightly together in a fervent prayer, wishing for a miracle to happen before them. To have Mr. Mortimer return to them, finally safe from harm. Before this silent wish, this small and glaringly impossible wish, No one could answer. There was no kindness in this sunrise. Only the gut-wrenching wails of a woman by the shore, pleading to any god who can save her grandfather. But no matter how many would try to search through the water, they wouldn't be able to find him. For there was no one left to save anymore. Just a washed-up, forgotten tale of a man and his mermaid. As Hugo tries to stifle his cry and soothe the lump lodged deeply in his throat, he hears it. A laugh, a cruel and heartless laugh, echoes from across the lake, mocking him, cursing him. A harrowing and merciless victory for this curse. A curse. It was a curse after all. All of that just because I left the locket in that one spot? So all that's left, I think the last ending is to just not accept the case.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I didn't real. Oh, damn! I didn't realize how much like the story replicated the mermaid story. It was kind of obvious though. Skip through this. Skip. Hi Noah. Hi Nina. We're not taking your case. I'm sorry. F you. Hugo casts his face downward to stare directly at the ground in front of him, unable to look at Nina. The burden, the solitude, the madness. Hugo knows all of it too intimately. He suffers the same conflicts that weigh heavily on her mind. And yet, in spite of this, it's too much for him. Like walking along a tightrope with the ground void and unclear, vast and empty and dark. So very, very dark. No, I can still do it. We can still do this. Before he could respond, a distant voice so charming, so terribly commanding, binds him at the spot. It's already too late for them, you know? No, not here. A dull but yet distinct pulsating sound, so rhythmic in its tune, starts its maddening melody. From the top of his crown to the base of his skull, he feels it, all present and daunting. Just let me go. Let me help you. No, I can still do it if you would just let me. Snake-like hands wrap around his head so closely, squeezing ever so tightly that he can't help but try to shut his eyes from the pain. Such a kind person you are, Hugo. Hugo tries to ground himself. He tries to remind himself to breathe. A sweet and beloved friend. To remember that there are other people that care for him. The joy and warmth of their company. I wish you could have done the same for me. To remember that he is here and present, that he is useless.
Oh, it's Louis.
Hugo, hey, what's wrong? Tugging at Hugo's coat, Noah tries to catch his attention but fails as he notices something amiss. Hugo? There is a despondent look on Hugo's face, his eyes distinctly shrouded by a deep haze as if lost in them. He won't budge. No matter how many times Noah tries to tug or shake him, he will still not respond. But for Hugo, he can hear everything. Like a paralysis he can't wake from, his body sits there motionless and detached from everything. Desperate and concerned, Noah turns to Nina and ushers in a sincere apology. I'm sorry, Miss Nina, but I don't think we can help you at the moment. If you would just come back a bit later, then we can... No, it's fine. There won't be a next time.
That's crazy.
Hugo winces at her cold and blunt remark. No, wait, Miss Mortimer, please! Nina stands up abruptly from her seat. She wipes away the tears quickly from her reddened face with the sleeves of her coat and looks down. Once more, her tense and cold front-like demeanor returns to the forefront, already trying to forget and move on. Without so much as a word, she slightly bows her head towards them and walks out the office. Not once looking back. Bad end, pulling strings. So as soon as he touched the letter, he was already cursed. Okay, so what do we not have? 2 secrets. We got all the endings 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Saved Henry, left the locket, approached the painting, turned down the case. I wonder how we get the rest of it. Help. Ooh. Self-voicing. No. It's not voice acting. It's like text-to-speech, I think. Okay. Well, unseen text after choices. What is after choices? Oh, this is just skipping all of this. Skipping whatever. Okay. I can change the font too. Wow. That's pretty cool. I think should we try to find the secrets? What are the secrets? What else is there? 2 secrets. What if we just start a whole new game and then just skip through everything? Oops. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Take it. All right. So we take it, skip, and there he is. I feel like maybe there's... Can I pet him? Woof woof. Do I get something cool if I just keep doing this? Probably not. Is there something that I missed? Okay, telephone, bookshelf, and then now we talk about... Whoa. Oh, we have to talk about him. Talk about this. Blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, remember the, you know, the mermaid story? And then she explains that. Okay. Now we're up here again. Okay. Wait, don't skip. Well, it's skipping. Oh well. Picture the painting. Go to the painting. If we go to the painting, then we're dead. Don't go. And this is... We have to take it. Is this the last choice we're able to make? Yep. Hi. Hey guys. Nah, I just got the good ending again. Oh, what? What the heck? Whoa. Hugo's apartment, 12 a.m. It's already nightfall when Hugo and Colby arrive back home. Hugo, already too tuckered out from the remaining assorted mess he left behind for himself, lazily sheds off his coat and shoes, while Colby heads straight towards his bed. Making his way through unloaded boxes and cramped spaces, one by one, Hugo strips down his outside clothes and switches to a regular shirt and sweatpants he found lying around. He plops down onto the couch with his head laid back and his eyes closed as he lets out a heavy sigh, releasing all the tension left in his body. Another day, done and gone, right, Kobe? Beside him, he hears faintly the rhythmic, delayed breaths of his large companion, who was already falling deeper into sleep. I wish I could sleep quickly like you, buddy. He gently pats Colby's head. Good night, Colby. Thanks for today. Hugo does one final stretch before he repositions himself to lie down on the couch, tugging at the blanket by his feet and wrapping it around him. His body begins to relax as his breathing falls into a similar cadence, finally allowing the warmth to gather and hug him closely, all snug and safe from the draft by his window. As he begins to slowly drift further and further off to slumber, he feels something. A slight chill grazing just above the base of his neck, never touching but distinctly present all the same. Although his senses are too dull and lax to properly focus on this sensation, he does, however, huddle closer into the blanket, hoping the chill will go away. Suddenly, he hears the front door to his flat shut so sharply, so harshly. It's as if someone or something had rushed in with enough force that he felt the room had shaken a little. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Now, Hugo is wide awake. He tries to get up. He tried to get up and face this intruder head on, but stops to realize one terrifying thing. He can't move at all. The warmth and comfort from the blanket he felt moments ago ceases to be. His own body locked in a deep slumber, leaving behind his very consciousness to be fully awake, to be deathly afraid of this overwhelming presence. He struggles to move the muscles in his face, trying desperately to call out to his partner to get his attention. Colby. But despite his efforts in uttering his dear companion's name, he is met with no response. In fact, he can't hear or feel Colby anywhere near him. Just the raging and erratic tempo of his heart drumming in his ears as he lies there defenseless, vulnerable, at all the mercy of this thing. And then he hears it. The sound of feet dragging across the wooden floorboards, dragging closer and closer towards him. No, not again. He wants to run. Run far, far away from here. Run till he feels the fiery tempest within him burn his lungs, leaving him scorched and choking on ash. Anywhere but here. He shuts his eyes tightly and begins to steady his uneven breathing, hoping that whatever this nightmare is, he can wake from it. He has to. However, everything comes to a halt when he suddenly feels that same chill once more, but this time lingering all over his back, persistently hovering over him. He knows it's here. Standing near to him, it's unbearable. His breath hitches as he feels this intense, prickling feeling. A hand hovering so closely above his head he could feel it. He wants to cower, to hide forever away, but he can't. This frightening thing that has been following him, stalking him, haunting him for years will not rest until he gives in. His own curse. All of a sudden, his phone rings. Like a spell lifted off from him, he can move again. Hugo's eyes darted straight in the direction where the presence should be, hoping to catch a peek, just a glance at the thing that still haunts him. But there stood no one. Only the moon's shine reflected from the window's shades, piercing through the shadow. His eyes shot once again at where Colby should be, and he found the bloodhound to be there, alert by the sudden ringing of his phone, and also at Hugo, who looks more disheveled and winded out. He takes a deep breath, steadying his heart as he takes the phone in his hand and answers. Hugo, I'm so sorry to call you so late at night. I forgot to ask you about the festival that's coming up in a few weeks. I was wondering if you'd like to come with me. I know you say you don't really care for outdoor stuff, but I promise you, it's gonna be fun. Hugo? Are you there? Yeah, sorry, Noah. I'm here. I guess that's a no, right? No, I mean, no. I'm sorry. I'm a mess. What I meant to say was yes. I would like to go with you to the festival. Oh wow, I'm a bit surprised, but happy nonetheless. Well, I don't want to keep you from your hard-earned rest, so I'm gonna end the call. Wait, no. Hugo? You alright? Can you stay a little longer on the line with me? We can talk about anything, I just need company right now. Of course, Hugo. I can stay on the line with you. Thank you, Noah. You know what I was thinking about? A dangerous pastime for sure. I was thinking maybe we should just move in together. And now you're back to your brazen self. Wonderful. What? Doesn't it sound like a perfect plan? I can cook, Colby loves me, and I'm good looking. See? A perfect package all in one. Huh, you really don't know when to quit, huh? Nope, not at all. I can be stubborn, remember? Without a doubt, the most stubborn man ever. There is a momentary silence between them before the pair fell into a fit of laughter, filling the room with this warm and bright feeling. Hugo melts back into the warmth of his blanket, letting the heat pull once more around him, surrounding him, protecting him, to remind him that he is here with people who love and accept him all the same. A reminder, a comfort in the darkest night. True end in the dead of night. Thank you for playing. Got all the endings. To be continued. Oh, shoot. I wonder what Hugo's curse is. Are all the curses like related to like romantic relationships or something? He failed to save someone, or maybe it's like a family member or something. Achievements. What else? Let's go. We got all the endings. This game is really good. And I've been playing it for 2 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy. 2 hours? Crazy. And then it said it would take 1 hour? Crazy. I guess I just read really slow.
No, they're just immersed.
This game is... Wow. This is really good, actually. Damn. I'm glad I decided to do a visual novel. Cutscenes. Oh, shit. Wait, there it is. There's... Oh, wait, no, go back. There's Louis. There is Henry. There's Louis again. There's Henry coming back.
That's not Louis, that's freaking Henry.
It is?
What? Hold up, sorry, it's delayed, my bad.
Oh, this is Henry. Is it? This part was cool. Louis became a mermaid. Yeah. Nice. And then it gets closer. This painting is really cool. Well, it's not really a painting. Ew, it's moving. Ew. Ew, ew. Oh no. Huh. Concepts. I'm guessing that's Louis on the right or something. And that's Henry on the left. Hey, Colby. Colby didn't really change that much. Wow. He looks like Denji. That's cool. Sprite sheets annoyed. Eyebrow raised. Surface smile. Happy. Frustrated. Startled. Serious. Colby happy.
Is that what Noah's supposed to look like? Sorry, yeah, Noah.
Hugo? Well, what do you...
No, Noah. The other pic, the black and white one.
Yeah, I think so.
Crazy. He looks more Filipino on that one. He doesn't. I don't know.
Nah, I could see Filipino. Wink. frustrated, startled, distressed, hysteric, crying, happy, relieved.
Hysteric seems too hysteric, dude. That's crazy.
She's hysteric. Neutral, surprised, sleep. Sleep. And this is before the coloring, I guess. Yeah. Oh, she looks a lot like less, like the intensity is down a little bit. And the backgrounds. The backgrounds are nice. I like The Office. The Office, I can really feel, I feel the environment. And there he is. There's the room. And this is in the water. And is that everything? Dev notes. Whoa. Ooh, a lot of people worked on this game. Oh, 3 people worked on this game. Wow. They did a really good job with this game. Oh my gosh. Anri, Oda, Sasa, and Z04. Thank you for playing. Shoot, I keep exiting. I don't mean to. We got everything. Nice. 3rd Avenue Boss Cat? When was this playing? I don't remember this playing. Shut the Future. Joshua. I want to end it off with Late Lunch. Alright. So that was Stillwater. You can see the pinned comment if you want to check this game out for yourself, but I kind of spoiled the whole thing for you if you watched it. If you were here the whole time. But yeah, if you have friends that like spooky stories, but maybe they aren't too into like actually getting scared like me. I don't like horror games, but I like reading spooky stories. I recommend this game for people like that. It's really good. But yeah, thanks for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow, to be honest. Or today, basically. Happy Halloween. We're officially 1 hour and 30 minutes into Halloween. Let's go. We're on a good note. Started off on a good note. With that, I will see you guys in the next stream. I might stream tonight. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Wherever you are, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.